Hello, my name is Robert Love, and I am the principal of Our Lady of the Assumption School in Carmichael.
Hello, and I'm Jill Rockenstein. I'm chair of CSAC at OLA.
I would like to introduce our producer, Margaret Blanchfield, who is going to be facilitating the meeting with questions.
First question is, what makes our CSAC special?
Well, we have amazing members that bring something unique to the table. Our members are willing to go the extra mile, and we have amazing support from our families, faculty, and staff, which helps a lot. We also have a lot of respect for each other and the CSAC process.
Yeah, I'm really glad you mentioned process. The CSAC really is a process, but it starts with mission. One of the things that makes our CSAC successful, in my opinion, is that we understand who we are and we understand what we do. Our CSAC is a microcosm of the community, and like all other Catholic school communities, we are tightly knit. Finally, I would say we are animated by a spirit of service, faith sharing, and involvement.
And what works well?
Well, everyone at CSAC has one of these binders, and in this is the CSAC manual, our strategic plan, and other relevant documents. The binder is a great reference tool. We don't try to solve all of our problems at our meetings. We break up things into the committees, tackle the issues there, and then bring them back. And then the committee discusses them at whole. We use the same format to create our strategic plan too. It looks big, but it was broken down into committees and tackled that way. Every committee member is either on a subcommittee or heads a subcommittee. Our meeting schedule is set for the year, and we send out agendas for every meeting. And we try to stay to those agendas. Discussions are great, but you also need to stay on task.
Yeah, and I'd just like to add to what you're saying that our CSAC has grown over time. Jill mentioned that we have all of these subcommittees. Well, our CSAC has about 15 people and about 7 committees, and our CSAC members lead those committees, but those committees have an additional 5 people. So we've really branched out and have built up our leadership capacity among our parents, among our teachers, and among our parishioners as well, all of whom serve on those various committees. So it's become something that's grown over time into a really effective mechanism for making change at the school in a positive direction. But I would say this, the number one resource that we have, you have to have the structure in place that Jill explained, but what makes it really work is the people who are on it. And we, by intention, reach out. We give personal invitations to people to join. We share with them what the expectations are. And when we do pick people, we're picking people who come with a variety of backgrounds and different skill sets. But it's those people who make the structure that you described so well move forward. It's kind of the structure is in place, but the people feel that process to make it work.
What are some tips that you would give to another school regarding how to have an effective CSAC?
Well, I would say be present and open-minded, and don't be afraid to participate and ask questions. Approach interactions with honesty and respect. Pick a diverse group of people who represent different areas in the committees and really have the school's best interest at heart.
I would say this, I've always said this about school leadership. It's really important that you build leadership capacity among both your teachers, but also amongst your parents. And that's what the CSAC is. It's a group of leaders from the parent community, the staff, and even from the parish. And because it's those 3 groups together, we're able to really forge, strong leadership between our school, parish, our parent community, and that, of course, trickles down to our kids. The second thing I would say is you need an effective chair to lead your CSAC. And Jill has been a very effective chair for us over the last few years. That chairperson really needs to understand how to direct the meetings so that they're on task, so that there's a really disciplined approach to that meeting, so that no one's time is wasted, so that we're moving along with the agenda and we're getting things done, but also giving people a chance to have their voice and to effectively lead. The chair does not only, though, lead meetings. A big part of Jill's job is to make sure that our strategic plan, those goals and objectives that come from each committee, are being followed through on, and that we're seeing that plan through. So you need a good chair and good sub-chairs as well. And finally, I would say that you just want to make sure that your CSAC is strategically oriented. I mentioned a second ago that our CSAC really, when we meet as a group, we're not discussing ideas on how to make the school better. We're discussing how our subcommittees have done that with the goals that they have. This is our strategic plan. And it took us a year to make this, but it's a multi-page document. It's very ambitious, but it's really the work of a lot of different groups of people setting plans that are going to make OLA a better school today, tomorrow, and 3 to 5 years from now. When you are strategic in your orientation, what you're doing is you're taking feedback, you're looking at data that informs the goals and objectives that we have. You're tracking those goals and objectives, and you're seeing them through. And when the parent community sees, when the whole community sees that we're effective in meeting our goals, they know that the CSAC is doing a good job. We want to thank you very much for listening to our presentation. We're just one school. We're still learning as we go. But if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
And we wish you good luck in your year in CSAC.